Hey, let me talk about Divinity 36, number one in the Tnkrd Strsng series by American science fiction fantasy author Gail Carriger. This is a 2023 book. Yes, so it is actually fairly recent. I started off with her works with Solus in the Parasol Protectorate, which were very much in the paranormal steampunkish thing for that series, and I kind of tailed off with her because she'd been doing a lot of kind of young YA. Divinity 36 is definitely it's sort of YA young adult is, I guess, where I would put it as. In this book, Fex is a refugee working on a kind of an out of the way moon when he is recruited by the Dicey as a god. And in this sense, it is sort of the American Idol sense of God, like a rock god, but very much a divinity with, as you learn throughout the book, with people who have worshippers. And the Dicey's entertainment empire is also perhaps is an actual empire. They remind me of the some of the, I think Larry Niven had the kind of the puppeteers race, which were very much they were cowards and ruled all this place. The Dicey are strictly pacifistic, and you get the sense that that there's something larger that gets hinted out throughout the novel, that this is not just entertainment, or at least just the Dicey really take entertainment seriously. Um, it Carragher kind of calls this a cozy sci-fi, and I could see that in the sense of there's very much he's group affects this guy who just doesn't feel like he's belonged anywhere, hasn't been wanted anywhere, has escaped from the wheel planet that he was on, where he was so highly genetically engineered that his body wouldn't accept a chip that all citizens have to be put inside of it. The body was so genetically had such a great um, immune system that wouldn't reject things, so he became the lowest of the low, a crud rat kid, child labor, which basically cleaned the blades off of some kind of horrible machines within the wheel system. But he escaped that to a moon where they're also, it's the whole thing of how do refugees get treated and not get treated well, and it is sort of an outcast. His only comfort in this moon is sort of being a barista and getting to serving people and knowing people's drinks and being really good at that, and being that's the way he can be comfortable with people. And indeed, when he gets recruited for this American Idol thing, I love how Carragher says, like, no, that part of his personality carries on, and he gravitates to the kitchen and standing behind the counter and serving fellow contestants. And it's a book that's very much the tinkering is like genetic tinkering. There's dicey, what tinkering are they doing? If you become a god, you get altered in your own way. The dicey are very much, if they are indeed are behind this, are very much manipulators of everything that is happening. He meets various people. Gemma is someone else who got recruited from the moon, though crucially isn't a refugee, is somebody who was just accepted there, and he has a lot of trouble with the human beings. He actually has a better time with the alien races, because there are multiple alien races here in this thing. And there's interaction with some of these actual beings that have actually become gods. Most significantly, Missit, this human boy who was recruited very early and has been so integrated into Dicey culture that he kind of moves like a Dicey. As a god, he's been kind of tinted to this kind of golden kind of, he's a Mercury character, kind of mischievous, and they immediately have some kind of attraction to each other. So there's kind of an LGBT kind of this attraction going on here, though that's forbidden. Dicey, it's one of their rules. They have many rules. When Fex was recruited, it was like an offer he couldn't refuse, even though there's definite things that he wanted to do for this. Um, Carragher does a really good job in this book of capturing. She has a background in anthropology. I think anthropologist was her first career, and they're very much she's got that good thing for a transition into doing more science fiction, of having an anthropological viewpoint of, oh, if you're this kind of creature, like the Dicey, they apparently live in caves on their home planet. So while they're incredibly obsessed with aesthetics, the outside parts of the buildings that they built on various moons outside of Dicey, they're just lumpy blah to look at. There's nothing inside. They've obviously taken no care with that because they've lived in caves. So it's the inside of the cave that they care about. But it's also things like concepts of privacy, concepts of body, concepts of the various foods. Effects is like trying to learn what various foods people are going to want, or drinks that they're going to want. It gets into kind of that, differences, while not being super different. This isn't like someone like Scott Sigler, who was really into the alien biology and getting kind of gnarly with it. It's like they're sort of all kind of, if they're not bipeds, they're all kind of, there's a general kind of a common ground here, that there's a little less alien than super alien. And maybe Sigler wasn't the best thing. Maybe something, you get weird kind of tentacle monsters who communicate by inserting tentacles into orifices. I don't know why I went there, but they're not that alien. You know, but I think the book really kind of comes down to kind of getting that, a sense of belonging, a sense of family being at the kind of a core thing of this, and then all the other stuff on the outside. I'm wondering if Carragher is sort of taking a page from someone like Scott Sigler, of we're going to get progressions like in this book. They're the potentials. Are they going to become the next level, which is demigod, and then there's the next level, which is god, and next level is that going to be superstar or something like that. Whereas in Sigler books, it used intergalactic football as the kind of the organizing principle to hang the story of in that case Quentin Barnes, who came from a know nothing place, which had a lot of racist beliefs, and he had to learn how to get along with people. Fex does come from a place that was super xenophobic, but doesn't seem to carry as strongly, hasn't bought in as strongly, because he was the very bottom rung to the kind of the racial xenophobic ideas of his original system, even though it's still kind of there in the background. So yeah, I'm really enjoying these books so far, and I'm look forward to the next one. Actually, I've started Demigod 12. There's 3 books in this series. There's which apparently, because this is self-published by Carragher, they seem to just all get published at the same time. We're not going to obey the publishing rules when you can do it on your own. So it's Dvnty 36, Demigod 12, Dome 6. So we're doing the countdown, and I'm sure there's some kind of a mathematical thing in there of how we're doing. It's interesting. We're counting down like 36, 12, 6. I'm sure there's some kind of a mathematical thing there that I'm missing. I know it's a progression, but yeah, it's just interesting.